It has the ability to withstand a nuclear explosion, it towers 6 stories high, and it has an unhackable security system. Yes, we are talking about none other than the Air Force One. This flying White House is full of luxury and also secrets. The Boeing VC-25 is a military aircraft that costs $200,000 to operate per hour. The plane responsible for presidential transportation also provides missile defense on the outside and immense comfort on the inside. So let's take a look at it, shall we? This state-of-the-art machinery is composed of a 3-level cabin that takes the president from place to place. But what exactly is it? Or maybe we should say, what exactly are they? There are actually 2 identical aircrafts that are the symbol of the White House. As everyone knows by now, the president usually has a backup for just about anything, and this is no exception. It was President Eisenhower who dubbed the airplane's name in 1953, even though Teddy Roosevelt was the first president to take it for a spin in 1910. It was later revamped and designed by Raymond Loewy for President Kennedy during his reign. Of course, the main scheme had to include his beloved Jackie's favorite color, which also happened to be the color of the presidential seal, though we still believe that Jackie would have had the upper hand in that decision. Nowadays, Air Force One transports every president and was inaugurated in 1991 as the official presidential aircraft. We all know that if we were president for a day, we would like to travel in style. But how much luxury is too much luxury? Flying Air Force One comes at a price, and it's not a very cheap one. In fact, President Trump recently met with the design team and negotiated a price of $3.9 billion for 2 new airplanes, which was said to be a good deal in comparison to the already high price of a remodel on the 2 current planes that would come to a hefty total of $2.5 billion. With a price like that, these 2 aircraft should be able to perform some remarkable feats, and that they can do. These 2 planes are able to fly halfway around the world at a top speed of 700 miles per hour, and instead of your average 6-mile high flight, Air Force One flies at about 8.5 miles high for a numerous amount of reasons. The number one reason is obviously safety. This height and mileage helps to prioritize the presidential crew and avoid any confusion that might arise. To clear any other confusion up, Air Force One is not the real name of the 2 Boeings. Air Force One is a term used to signal other aircrafts and security teams that the president is on board that specific vessel. For example, if the president were to fly on an Army aircraft, it would be called Army One. If a Navy aircraft, it would be Marine One. One thing about Air Force One is that it doesn't resemble your typical commercial aircraft. As we mentioned, it consists of 3 levels, each with their own designation. The bottom or undercarriage of the plane is where cargo is stored and carefully watched. The second level is where the president resides along with the other passengers. And the third level is all about communication. This is where others communicate with those below or in the air alongside them. Most, however, are intrigued by the second level where the passengers remain. This mighty portion would make many homes look small. It is made up of a bedroom for the president's rest on his long journeys, a bathroom, an office to resemble the Oval Office in the White House, a staff room for reporters, an executive suite for the president, and finally a conference room that doubles as a dining room. Most of the furniture on these planes were handcrafted to comfortably hold 70 passengers and 26 crew members. Even though there are pretty descriptive writings on this aircraft, we only have common knowledge. Even higher-up politicians aren't allowed to access certain parts of the ship. So, aside from the layout given, no one but the president and the crew members know the ins and outs of Air Force One. However, we do know that there is 24-hour first-class dining where the president is fed whatever he desires, which can range from fast food to a luxury steak dinner. The aircraft can store around 2,000 meals and is equipped to feed 100 people at any given time. These groceries are even shopped for at random while the crew is undercover. On top of all of this, they never shop at the same grocery store twice to avoid detection and possible food attacks from the president. Just in case something ever were to happen, the plane holds plenty of medical equipment like its own pharmacy, defibrillator, and oxygen to name a few. It even houses an operating table in case emergency surgery is required. For these tasks, there is a specially trained doctor permanently on board ready to help at a moment's notice. Along with the fine dining in the mini hospital, another marvel of the Air Force One is the communications setup. The plane holds $19,000 televisions to make sure the president is all eyes and ears as to what is happening on the ground below it. It also contains 85 phones, a fax machine, 2-way radios, and comes with top-notch Wi-Fi fit for a king. All of this is made possible so that the crew of 26 is able to contact anyone they desire at any given time. Speaking of the crew, the staff is hand-selected by the United States military. They have to have shown remarkable service to the country and go through an extensive background check. For this reason, it is always an emotional final flight when the president has to bid farewell to his incredible crew of 4+ years. Another particularity of Air Force One is that it doesn't rely on other airports. This is in efforts to create less security breaches. For this reason, it has its own staircase and baggage loaders. It also includes 3 entrances and exits, and can refuel in mid-air in case it needs to protect itself from threats on land. Now, you're probably thinking that this is all a little over the top, and in short, yes it is. It is so expensive that it costs about $206,337 to operate per hour. It also uses 5 gallons of fuel per mile. This alone is enough to make anyone turn their head, but it also has 3 helicopters and a second identical flight en route right beside the aircraft for security and emergency protocols. We know by now that the odds of anything happening to the Air Force One are slim to none. But just in case security is breached, the aircraft has the ability to divert any type of missile and withstand nuclear explosions that happen down below. If it's needed as a refuge in the sky or even as a getaway to vacation, Air Force One is carefully inspected and cleared before entrance of the President, who is transported from the White House Air Force Base by the Marine One helicopters. The cargo planes then take off first, so that the President has ground transportation ready upon arrival. And that's about all you need to know about Air Force One. What do you think about the $200,000 per hour cost? And what are your thoughts on the President's infamous airplane? Is it too expensive? Would you take it for a ride? Let us know down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for future content. Feel free to check out some of our other videos as well. This has been Luxury Lab, and we will catch you in the next one.